Here we go. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. I'm not sure if it's this week or next weekend. I know it's somewhere around this time. I got to double check, but Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up. I'm, again, not sure if it's this week. I'm recording this May, what is today? May 6, 2024. Again, when you're in this world, when you grind, and sometimes the days just simply run together, and it's just one big, just roll with it. You just in flow, you in tune, you're forgetting the days and shit because you're so engaged with what it is you're doing. That's kind of how it works in the entrepreneurial mindset, the entrepreneurial world, the content creation world. If you are about that life every single day, not once a day, not once a week, once a month, all that bullshit, about that life every single day. All right, so coordinates, March 6, 2024, and because we are approaching Teacher Appreciation Week, in fact, I think it is next week or something like that, whatever it is. Bottom line is, today's Move Swiftly thought is all about something I learned in the fitness industry. So one of the most important lessons that I took from working in the fitness sales industry. Now, keep in mind, you are speaking to someone. And in fact, I have a full podcast episode coming out about this. I probably will at some point write an entire article about it. There's a ton of material because, again, I'm putting a lot of focus and attention on teaching current employees, the intrapreneur mindset. And one of the things that I know that I've seen personally with my own eyes is I've seen 6 different gyms, 6 different fitness franchises, both big box gyms and fitness studios. I've seen them go out of business, all because, and the one thing that all of them had in common was either a very stubborn owner or a very, very stubborn manager of the facility who did not want to get his or her knuckles dirty and get out and go sell. You know, they want to just kind of depend on the door and hope people come in, do all the easy marketing shit. But when it came down to actually going out, getting leads, making calls, getting people in the facility, you know, the stuff that's going to be challenging to do because you're going to get told no more than you're going to get told yes, they decided that they were just going to kind of shrug that off and think that mindset wasn't going to catch up to them. So again, I have a ton more, again, in the full podcast episode. Not sure when it's going to be out, but I go into detail about each experience that I had in those facilities. All right, so just stay on the lookout for that. All right. As far as what I'm going to talk about today is something that I learned and I still apply to this very day. It's when I worked at LA Fitness, which is the only gym that I've ever worked at that hasn't gone out of business. Just to give you some perspective, the only fitness facility that I've ever been a part of as an employee, and I was also a member there as well. I would work out there as well. I'd use the facility. Excuse me. And that's still open is the LA Fitness, I believe, out in LA Fitness in Laurel, which is still open. And it was particular because of one person. And this guy's name was Dupree Major, spelled D-E-P-R-I-X Major. Dupree Major, man. Absolutely changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. I walked in to that LA Fitness as a guy who had athletic background, had athletic, sports and ambitions on being a scout and, just recruiting players, kind of being that football coach type of a guy. And I remember when he asked me, how would you actually start a conversation to get people in the gym? And I tell the story all the time. I was telling him about all the athletes that I was associated with, all the football players I was associated with and things like that. And he stopped me and he goes, no, those are athletes. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about people that shop at a grocery store, the parents that just moved to this area looking for a fitness facility. How would you start a conversation with those just regular people that come in, that would want to come in and start a fitness journey and things of that nature? And that completely expanded my mind because I realized how small I was thinking by only serving the football players or serving the football world and things like that. And that's helped me throughout my entire career since that time. I remember I took that job about 9 years ago now. I was 26. I actually just recently lost everything. Car got repossessed. I mean, my credit wasn't shit. I was fucked, to say the least. I had absolutely nothing, not one penny in the bank account, right? So I was struggling. Again, like I said, I was struggling. I didn't have a car. I was carpooling with my mom. There were certain things that I couldn't do from a sales perspective, from a follow perspective. I didn't even have a damn cell phone at that point because I had no money. Again, I lost absolutely everything. So there were things I wasn't able to do from a sales perspective, and it led to the lack of results from me as a sales counselor at LA Fitness. So one of the things that Dupree had me do, because I didn't have any resources, my mother would just drop me off in the morning and I'd stay at this LA Fitness all day. Start out with a workout. My actual shift didn't even start until 9. And again, I just have to be there all day, and I just have to figure it out, right? So Dupree had me do this thing called a scavenger hunt. And the scavenger hunt had a ton of things. Like he basically said, look, while you're here, since I know you don't got a phone, I know you're struggling, but do this scavenger hunt, right? So he gives me a list of all the things to go find in the gym. It could be, where are the defibrillators in the gym? What's behind the actual benches, and what type of brand do the spin bikes come out of, and all there's just a bunch of random shit that was on this scavenger hunt. And he was looking at me, he goes, look, I'm not telling you anything. I'm not telling you anything that won't help you. And here's how it helped. I'm gonna tell you how it helped, because when I got the opportunity to give tours and show people around this LA Fitness, I was saying things that I had already known. And it almost seemed natural. And it taught me a huge lesson, because it helped me with the sales, but it also taught me that lesson that when you're passionate, again, I'm not really passionate about selling gym memberships, but when it comes to the things that you are passionate about, like my business, like selling the workshops that I host, like selling my books, and like selling all the things I'm doing, whether it's these videos, whatever it is, a lot of the work I'm doing now, I have to know every little piece of what it is I'm selling. And if you just being you, being yourself, being whoever it is God made you to be, whatever the things that you're passionate about, if that doesn't work, if it doesn't come out naturally, you're not excited about it, again, you shouldn't be selling it, all right? If you're not living it, you should not be selling it. And that was a major lesson. And it's a reason why, Dupree was able to go from manager to VP and, move up and do some incredible things for the company. I'm not sure if he's still there anymore. I highly doubt that he is, because he was such a prolific seller. And most of the time, if you are really good at sales, you're going to eventually find your own lane and no longer feel the need to work for a company, which is one of the reasons that I decided, again, one of the direction I'm taking my organization is to more so teach intrapreneurship as opposed to teaching entrepreneurship to employees. All right. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.